Hey everyone! Today I'm going to prove to you that Meg deserves a better life in Family Guy. Let's dive in! Meg saves Peter in Season 10, Episode 18. Peter, Joe, and Quagmire are on a mission to create a magazine titled 80s Jeans on Butch Lesbians. Peter wants to take a few days off to snap more photos, but first he needs to show Lois his recent shots.
Where'd you take all these pictures?
You know, coffee houses, Chevy dealerships, all the usual places.
Lois, overwhelmed with household chores, refuses and demands Peter's help. Frustrated, Peter threatens to ruin something Lois loves if he can't go.
You happy now?
Despite his best efforts, Peter ends up staying home to watch Stewie. Peter tries to bond with Stewie through a cucumber measuring contest, but this seems unfair because Stewie is still a child.
So I'm gonna measure your penis, and then I'm gonna measure my penis, and we're gonna see whose is bigger.
Doesn't really seem fair.
All right, let's see what you get. Stupid game anyway.
Then they watch many children's programs. When Stewie is watching Jolly Farm Review, Peter wants to change the channel but is stopped by Stewie. Annoyed, Peter grumbles that he would rather watch paint dry than watch these children's programs.
Nice.
Everything changes when Mother Maggie appears on the screen. Peter becomes captivated, spending the entire day watching Jolly Farm Review and declaring it the best show ever. He feels a deep connection with Mother Maggie, likening it to the bond of separated twins.
Trade house keys, bang each other's wives?
Yep.
Meanwhile, at school, Meg dissects a pig and finds it fascinating to cut something other than herself. Her teacher is impressed with her surgical skills and suggests she join a program to become a real doctor. Back home, Peter is so engrossed in Mother Maggie that he doesn't realize he's sitting next to a pineapple instead of Stewie.
I've been watching Jolly Farm with Stewie for the last 3 hours.
That's not Stewie, that's a pineapple.
Lois, furious, scolds Peter for leaving Stewie alone. Peter defends himself, saying everyone needs some alone time, like when he was stranded on an island with a monkey.
You're saved, sir. We're gonna get you back to civilization. And how about we bring along your monkey pal?
Okay.
Yeah, we can teach him sign language, and he can tell us stories about what you two did on the island together.
No. Let's not bring the monkey.
Seeing Stewie safe, Lois scoops him up and continues berating Peter, who wishes Lois were as gentle as Mother Maggie. But his day takes a turn for the worse when he learns it's the final episode of Jolly Farm Review. Distraught, Peter laments that without the show, he'll be like an Italian mother without her naughty child.
Hey, what the hell is all the commotion in here?
We're not doing anything.
You getting fresh with me? I'm tired of bailing both of yous out of prison.
We're both in college, and we consistently make the dean's list.
I'm telling your father.
Good.
Peter started his own show called Petey's Funhouse, and this is how he got the show.
I just answered an ad off Craigslist, and after several hours of sexual torture, I had a show. Don't answer that. I gave out that number under duress.
The show aired on a local TV channel, replacing a terrible basement sound show.
And once the hot glue dries, your birdhouse will be complete.
Lois kept nagging Peter about not helping with house chores and wasting time on a silly show. Peter claimed he helped that morning by changing Meg's diaper and taking her to school.
Just this morning, I changed Meg's diaper, and I sent her off to school. Boy, can she kick, but she left here spotless.
Wait, what? Changing Meg's diaper? Seriously, Peter? Meg was introduced to Dr. Hartman to learn more about medicine, but honestly, Dr. Hartman isn't exactly a top-notch doctor. He can't even grasp basic medical terms. He quickly showed his incompetence during patient exams.
Now see, right now I'm listening for cancer.
Do you mean his heartbeat?
Maybe.
When he got news that his brother was attempting suicide in prison, he dumped everything on Meg and left. Meg had to take over Dr. Hartman's duties, examining various patients. However, while examining a gay guy, the head of the department told her to stop and leave.
Well, you don't belong here. This is a professional medical institution with standards and regulations to adhere to.
But
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
I'm sorry.
Back at Petey's Funhouse, Peter kicked off with a fun song.
I can tell you who is special, like you and you ain't special, and you are and you're not.
He then shared stories about 80s jeans on Butch Lesbians and invited the audience to share their bullying stories. Winston volunteered, recounting his ballet dancing experience.
I tried out for Little League in my ballet shoes, and the other kids made so much fun of me, I wet my pants.
What? Wait, what, like pee? How old were you?
8.
Ah, too old. Too old to be peeing yourself, baby pee pants.
For 4 consecutive nights, Peter abandoned his family to work on the show, leaving Lois frustrated as she handled all the chores alone, like cleaning the kitchen, helping the kids with homework, and bathing Stewie. Peter advised Lois to stop nagging because he's now a children's show star and can charm any 3-year-old girl he wants.
You know, I'd lay off the nagging if I was you. I'm a children's TV star now. I can have any 3-year-old girl I want. Just know that, Lois.
Hilarious, right? Lois just wanted him to help with housework, but that stressed Peter out, making him feel Lois was a nuisance in his life, except for the website Evite that advertises everything.
Yes to everything you're saying.
I'm so excited to get started!
You do that while I jump out this window.
Evite. Tell a friend and then kill yourself.
Inspired by his nagging wife, Peter created a puppet character named Saggy Naggy, an ugly, grumpy figure that kids absolutely hated. Peter used this puppet to vent his pent-up frustration from Lois's constant nagging.
You're gonna help around the house, take out the garbage, and give Stewie his bottle.
Yeah, I heard it. They say my name on TV all the time. Calm down, bitch.
He even used a cake to channel his negative feelings about her. While Lois was out shopping, she saw kids laughing at Peter's show. Things got worse when the kids recognized her and started mocking her in real life. When Lois reacted, a kid threw a pie in her face and the crowd burst into laughter.
Them saggy. What the hell? Young man, what do you think you're...
Back home, Lois confronted Peter about humiliating her on his show, leading to real-life attacks. Peter blamed Lois's nagging for the whole week, but Lois just wanted him to help with house chores. Reasoning with Peter was tough, since he only cared about doing what he liked. So Lois gave up and let Peter do whatever he wanted, even performing with a live puma the next day. Yes, you heard that right, a live puma.
Is the puma ready? Maybe we should poke him with the "Is the puma ready" stick.
The following day, Peter actually performed with a live puma, making Lois so worried that she brought the whole family to the studio. They arrived to find Peter had recklessly released the puma and was provoking it, leading to an onstage attack. In the dangerous moment, Peter thought about turning off the camera and playing the Petey Learn Along song.
Kentucky is a state. Kentucky is a state. All the people there are dicks. Kentucky is a state.
As the song ended, Peter passed out from blood loss. This was Meg's moment to shine, using all the medical knowledge she had learned.
Did I hold on to the ball?
You can do it, Meg.
Come on, Meg, you gotta save him!
Peter, you need to let go.
She successfully treated Peter's wounds and stopped the bleeding. At the hospital, Peter woke up, regretting his foolish actions and realizing Lois's nagging was out of concern for him.
Isn't anybody gonna thank me?
Yeah, I'll have a water if you're getting one.
Oops, but what about Meg? After all the amazing things she did, she didn't even get a thank you. If no one else will say it, I will on behalf of thousands of viewers. Thank you, Meg. In season 17, episode 7, Meg saves Peter once again. Meg is preparing for the Olympic qualifiers, much to the family's surprise. Lois didn't even know about it. Oh, of course. No one in this family really cares about her. Meg recalls the time she asked Lois for permission to train.
Who wants chowder?
Okay, I'm off to go train for the Olympics. Ew.
Even revealing that she started training back when Lacey Chabert was still voicing her.
My goal becomes clear. The broccoli must die.
All right, I'm off to train for the Olympics.
Meg hoped that the family would come to cheer her on, but they refused because they were all engrossed in the Yule Log channel. However, when Meg mentions she'll be using the Jeep to get there, Peter immediately changes his mind, only to regret it soon after when he injures his, well, you know.
Leave
my
off.
balls!
Potholes
It's too
and bumps
bumpy.
and ruts can come as they
They're
will.
getting rattled and
Jeep's
smushed.
welded,
Please
rugged,
go
and
back
riveted
on the
frame
road.
takes punishment in
My
large
balls!
doses and
I
comes
like safe
back
driving.
for more.
My balls!
Meg competes in the biathlon, which involves skiing and shooting. Peter, thinking it looks easy, decides to give it a try, leading to a hilarious accident.
Here we go. All right, I think I'm getting the hang of it.
Lois feels proud watching Meg on the course, making Peter wonder if anyone else in the family has hidden talents.
I'm the Quahog edging champion.
Well, that's great, Chris. Now, what's that?
It's the practice of erotic sexual denial.
Go wait in the car.
At the competition, Meg unexpectedly runs into Lacey Chabert. The two compete fiercely, with the familiar line, "Shut up, Meg," making an appearance.
You're going down, Meg.
Lacey Chabert?
That's right. This should be my Olympics.
Shut up, Meg!
No, you shut up, Meg.
No! You shut up, Meg!
Shut up, Meg.
In the end, Meg wins and qualifies for the Winter Olympics in South Korea. Peter suggests celebrating by burning their lips on hot chocolate from the vending machine.
Mine has whipped cream, so I didn't get it on the first sip. Ow!
Before heading to South Korea, the mayor organized a pep rally for Meg. Cleveland showed up to support her and joked about the Jamaican bobsled team. When they arrived in South Korea, Meg wanted to go out for dinner with the family since her event was a few days away, but Lois declined because she wanted to find a famous cure for irritable bowel syndrome there.
Quick, say, I never let traveler's diarrhea keep me grounded.
No.
Well, then you're just handing this thing right to John Kruk.
Meg trained diligently while Peter went to an athlete's club where he met Ryan Lochte. They partied all night, resulting in Peter getting into trouble on a bullet train.
You flush underwear in train toilet?
Yeah, they were done.
This illegal. I want you off train.
Now, what are you gonna do about it? You're just a train conductor who has a huge kicking foot. Ah!
This time, Peter was in big trouble. He got kicked off the bullet train and landed in North Korea, surrounded by soldiers. He tried to stage an exciting fight scene to escape, but it only made the audience laugh even more.
That's it. Like your missiles, I'm about to go ballistic. Ow! A northern bird flew into my nuts. Go to commercial.
The news reports that Peter has been captured by North Korea, making Lois furious because Peter ruins every vacation, like the time he ruined their romantic dinner in La La Land with a silly song called Dominic the Donkey.
Hee-haw, the Italian Christmas donkey, la 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 la. Oh, like the movie. La 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 la, la la la, la 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 da. Again.
Lois rushes to the kids' room to break the bad news, hoping the family will help rescue Peter, but Meg refuses as she has to compete that afternoon. Lois tries to persuade her, but Meg stands firm, pointing out that no one was there for her when she needed them.
I don't care. Where was he when I needed help? Where were any of you guys? This was supposed to be my week. Down here, it's my time. It's my time down here.
Let's analyze this a bit. Lois should probably call the police to rescue Peter, right? But they likely wanted to heighten the drama to push Meg to save Peter, making viewers happier to see their bond, right?
Wait, before you kill me, can you at least give me an extra bullet so I can pretend to catch one of my teeth?
Whoa, this guy's in serious trouble but still cracking jokes. Just when things look dire, Meg shows up in style, dodging bullets, destroying helicopters piloted by guys named Kim, and rescuing Peter. But it's not over yet. To escape the North Korean army, they have one impossible route left, just like in a video game. Together, Meg and Peter beat the game and return home. But do you know why Meg changed her mind to save Peter? Because she's simply amazing, always caring and never abandoning anyone in her family. They hug in happiness, but Peter isn't ready to go home yet and gets captured again in North Korea, only to be saved by Dennis Rodman.
Should we go home?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we can hang out a little bit longer. See what else Korea has to offer. Uh-oh.
No! You leave Korea now!
Meet me wherever I live!
Meg helps Peter defeat his sister in Season 14, Episode 6. The story kicks off with a humorous scene where Brian lies to Stewie about doing calculations on his computer, but in reality, he isn't.
What did you hit? What happened to my spreadsheet? What exactly was the end game if I hadn't walked in?
Lois is exhausted from Thanksgiving shopping, so Stewie suggests she drink some of his homemade Monster energy drink.
Ever been wide awake, blacked out? Ever tried to jump over a train on a bike? Ever bit the beak off a bird? Monster Energy. Put it in your body and ask questions later. It's green, so it's nature.
While the whole family is watching Guy Friends, Meg announces that there's new mail. Chris is only interested in a flyer about a Hispanic woman running for city council, while Peter receives a letter from his sister Karen, which makes Meg wonder why they've never met her.
You've got a sister, Dad? How come we've never met her?
Is she a prim and proper aunt or a big fat dirty ant?
After consulting his personal lawyer, Peter responds that he doesn't need to tell everyone everything. Lois explains that Peter and Karen don't get along, which is why he never talks about her. Brian is also surprised, but Peter assures him that it's not a big deal, just like how he never mentions his ticklish uncle.
All right, Uncle Dan, remember, no tickling.
Hey, you got it.
You didn't say anything about Uncle Neil.
Whose uncles are you?
Since their mom passed away, Karen wants to celebrate Thanksgiving with Peter. Meg is excited to meet her aunt, but Peter tries to stop it, calling it a disaster worse than the ending of Back to the Future.
Well, if I'm gonna disappear into nothing, I might as well bang my mom. Hey, Lorraine, wait up!
Harry, my name's Marty. I'm in a picture.
On Thanksgiving, everyone gathers at Peter's house to watch The Cosby Show.
Huh. I was so busy not seeing color, I didn't see the raping either.
Lois serves appetizers before the main turkey dish, and just then, Karen arrives, making Meg and Chris happy, but Peter miserable as his nemesis shows up.
Hey, Karen. Welcome to our...
Bring it in, PP!
I like her.
Quagmire and Peter's friends greet Karen, saying they've never heard Peter mention her. This is when Peter's friends finally understand the true meaning of his funny chin.
I didn't know Peter even had a sister.
What are you, ashamed of me, chin nuts?
Oh my God, his chin kinda does look like nuts.
I never noticed that.
Cleveland and the guys recognize Karen as the famous wrestler Heavy Flow who once roasted Andre the Giant after 9/11s. The guys are impressed, especially by her health, comparing her to Superman on a date.
Yeah, I wasn't here, but I heard her scream, so I came flying in and found her like this.
It's weird. Same cause of death as those 3 guys in that local public bathroom.
Unsolvable.
Peter is terrified of Karen and tells Lois about his childhood bullying. Now Karen is humiliating him in front of his friends. To calm Peter down, Lois advises him to pretend to be happy for the family's sake. Peter agrees and recalls the time he lied to a taxi driver about living in the White House.
Where you going?
Home.
Where's home?
The White House.
During dinner, Karen constantly insults Peter, making everyone laugh. Even the turkey carving and the joke, "Are you a leg man or a breast man?" are stolen by Karen, leaving Peter sad.
I always do my "are you a leg man or a breast man" joke.
And Karen did that too. It was hilarious.
I never really got it until she said it.
Everyone is excited to see some wrestling moves from Karen, especially her signature move, the Toxic Shock. Karen agrees to perform after dinner, but Peter objects, saying Thanksgiving dinner is usually followed by a family football game. He angrily says she's ruining Thanksgiving like Tim Burton ruined Independence Day.
Weirdness, weirdness, patriotic weirdness, barbecuing human heads. Every president is dead, everybody's gonna die. Have a dark and dead July.
The family splits into teams for football, but it's clearly unbalanced. However, it doesn't matter because Karen only targets her brother. When Peter gets the ball, Karen tackles him, performs the Toxic Shock, making Peter choke and pee his pants.
Karen!
What the hell was that?
That's his stutter. And whenever he stutters, he usually pees his pants.
No, I don't. Oh.
Everyone feels sorry for Peter, especially Meg, who sees herself in him. Meg wants Peter to face Karen and stop the bullying, but Peter is terrified and says he can't do it. He's tried for years without success. Meg tells him not to give up and to channel his inner Muhammad Ali.
Ah, my grandchildren. Who would like me to read them a book or maybe paint their name on a grain of rice?
Honey, dinner time.
Ah, my favorite, hot soup. Right in there.
She wants Peter to confront Karen so she stops bullying him, which would also mean Peter won't take out his frustrations on her anymore. Motivated by Meg, Peter decides to become a female wrestler to defeat Heavy Flow. He adopts the name Maxi Patty, Heavy Flow's arch nemesis. Lois thinks Peter looks ridiculous and advises him to talk it out instead, but Peter insists that family disputes are only settled in the steel cage. He adds that Karen makes him feel worse than someone kicked off a baseball team.
You wanted to see me, Coach? I'm sorry, Kyle. You can't do this boring, stupid thing with us.
The next day, Peter and his friends prepare for the match. Joe invites an old friend, Steven Seagal, to teach Peter some fighting tips, but Peter feels uneasy because Seagal is even fatter than him.
Why are you so fat?
Okay, ask him about anything but his weight.
You act Asian, you look Native American, your name is possibly Jewish. What are you?
Cleveland suggests Peter get used to painkillers and shares some he took from his stepson's wallet. Quagmire also helps train Peter by using a pendulum to take him back to his childhood fears. And guess what? It actually works. After a rigorous training, which was basically no training at all, Peter is ready to face his sister. He says his lifelong dreams are to defeat his sister and visit the Chico Monkey Farm.
Keep your windows rolled up, 'cause the monkeys will pry 'em open, and they're known to strangle kids.
When Karen defeated her opponent and was about to win the championship belt, Maxie Patty stepped in to challenge her. Karen refused to fight a pathetic fat spectator until Maxie provoked her.
Huh. It looks like this heavy flow is pee, because you're yellow.
As soon as the match started, Maxie kept getting hit and cried out in pain, making Karen realize it was Peter.
Ow! Damn it, Karen!
Karen? Peter, is that you?
No longer needing to hide his identity, Peter fought back against his bullying sister. As soon as he finished speaking, Karen hit him, but Peter managed to counter a few times. Angered, Karen used her signature move, Toxic Shock, choking Peter. Nearly out of breath, Peter even declared before dying that Stewie would be the main character from now on. Suddenly, Meg appeared as Teen Laquifa, knocked out Karen, and saved Peter just in time.
Stewie! He's in charge of the show now!
Say hello to Teen Laquifa!
1, 2, 3!
Peter didn't recognize Meg until she took off her mask. He was surprised that Meg had saved him and asked why she did it.
Because you're my dad, and I couldn't stand by and watch you get hurt.
Wow. Thanks, Meg.
They hugged, showing their love, while Stewie appeared, thinking he was now the main character and steering the show in a new direction.
Did somebody order a hot-ass bitch in this lady? Oh, you're alive. Sorry, I was told I was in charge now. Well, if you die, this is kind of the creative direction I'm leaning toward.
In Season 17, Episode 6, Meg saves Stewie from choking on a grape. The story begins when Lois asks Meg to take Stewie to the birthday party of a 30 centimeters tall preemie named Rachel Dratch. When Meg asks why Lois can't go herself, she learns that it's because Lois can't stand the judgmental trio of sitcom moms.
Oh, hi, Lois. Gosh, I just love how you always look so comfortable.
I know. Are those pajamas?
And I'm the black one for unrealistic diversity.
At the party, a woman asks Meg if she brought a cup. When Meg says no, the woman freaks out, yelling,
Did you bring the cups?
No. My mom didn't say anything about cups.
"Oh, I saw a cup on the table. Can someone explain why she acted like that?" Back at the party, Stewie is intrigued by the snack table with round Cheerios, goldfish crackers, and especially the neglected grapes.
Come and eat us, we won't choke you. Put us in your cheeks.
Feeling the kindness from the grapes, Stewie trusts them and eats one, but immediately starts choking. Those grapes betrayed him. Poor Stewie.
You should have sliced us, skinned us, cut us. Now you have no air. Ha ha ha.
Luckily, Meg notices in time and saves Stewie from the treacherous grape. Grateful, Stewie hugs Meg and calls her a hero.
You're choking!
Soaring through the air.
Meg, you saved me. You're my hero.
Back home, Stewie prepares a special gift for Meg, a macaroni necklace made from Oral-B floss and Barilla pasta. Just as they're enjoying the moment, Peter shows up, says it's time to watch Bethany Frankel, and sits on Meg, making Stewie furious.
Dad, get off me! Get off me, Dad!
Hey, get off my sister!
Go fly a kite, bub.
Ouch.
Lois witnesses the whole thing, but acts like a terrible mom, asking, "Why are you in the chair?"
And Meg, why are you on the couch? You know you're not supposed to be on the furniture.
Meg slides into disappointment, making Stewie feel sorry for her and promise to help her have a better life. When Brian asks how, Stewie says he doesn't know, but it will be as hard as trying to look sad while wearing flip-flops at a funeral.
Very sorry.
Excuse me, the owner of a Geo tracker with the license plate flip, you're blocking the funeral procession?
Stewie tries to make Meg famous by giving her all the roles in school plays, but it fails because, you know, she can't handle 2 roles at once, and Stewie's appearance at the end doesn't help. Determined to help Meg, Stewie decides that if he can't make her famous, he'll at least get her a boyfriend. They go to Neil's house, but since it's Sabbath, a Jewish day of rest, they have to enter through the back door. Neil can only sit still on this day. Stewie wants to talk about Meg, but Neil says to wait because he just finished a movie and needs someone to soothe him since he can't do it himself.
I've just looked at some porn and I need you guys to give me some assisted relief. I can't do it myself. It's the Sabbath.
Okay, this is starting to sound a little weird.
It's not weird, it's Jewish.
Can you believe it? Oh my god. Brian actually does everything, including soothing Neil.
I can't believe we did all that and he still turned us down.
I know, and also, Brian, it's Thursday.
They go to a cafe and discuss how no one in town is desperate enough to date Meg. Just then, Kevin shows up, so desperate he's about to end it all, but Brian stops him and convinces him to date Meg. And guess what? Kevin agrees to ask Meg out. Stewie happily says to call her tomorrow because tonight she's busy performing in a one-woman show of hair.
Let the sun shine in, let the sun shine in.
Should have called it too much hair.
Everything goes according to Stewie's plan, and Meg comes home with the good news that she's dating Kevin Swanson, causing Brian to overreact.
Guys, I'm going out with Kevin Swanson.
Get out of here!
Brian, why are your hands on your hips?
Turn it down a notch.
Stewie sets up a perfect date by taking over the entire restaurant with Brian, but before sending the staff home, Stewie forgets to check the reservation schedule, leading to an awkward situation.
1 vegan.
5 vegetarian, 1 vegan.
What do we do? Just keep giving them crayons until we figure it out.
More appetizer?
No thanks. Cauliflower gives me the scoots.
Just when you think Meg will have a happy ending, nope, she comes home and announces she broke up with Kevin.
I'm talking about Kevin. He's a psycho. I dumped his ass.
So, you're okay with it?
Yeah, it actually felt great to be empowered for once.
Whoa, this episode gave Meg a happy ending, right? For the first time, she got to dump someone. Meg saves Stewie and Peter in season 22, episode 13. The Griffin family decided to spend their weekend at a water park. Upon arrival, Brian was shocked to see Meg openly crying at the touch pool. Poor girl couldn't bear to part with the stingray that was helping her de-stress.
It's been so long.
Okay.
I need this so much.
All right.
This is a gift.
Just gonna
You have no idea.
along
You're
here.
giving me a gift right now.
take care now.
Stewie complained to the staff about being stung by a jellyfish, but got no help and demanded to see the manager. Lois was thrilled because this was the first family outing since their trip to Dollywood.
What?
It's just not what I thought the sign would look like. I mean, it's got 2 O's right next to each other, and, you know, just missed opportunity.
Things took a turn for the worse when Stewie fell into the dolphin tank trying to pet it. Brian barked like a real dog to alert everyone.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
The family rushed over, and Lois told Peter to jump in and save Stewie. But Peter, being the terrible dad he is, was more worried about ruining his personal items like his phone and headphones. He even replied to a text while his son was drowning. Just then, Meg appeared out of nowhere, dove into the tank, and saved Stewie.
Hey, check out the new edition. She's hot.
Tank hot.
A park manager, impressed by Meg's heroics, invited her to apply for a lifeguard position. Meg was thrilled, thinking it was like a fairy tale where the Wicked Witch's sister dies, and the witch wants her ruby slippers. But the fairy says no, they belong to Meg. A hilarious scene ensued when the shoes didn't fit, causing Meg's feet to painfully deform.
We're not even close to the same size. Get him off! Get him off!
During the interview, the manager asked Meg some odd questions like, how many times do you bathe a day? Before giving her a fitness test, which involved running slowly to upbeat music. Officially starting her new job, Meg shared that she loved it because she enjoyed flashing eye-level swimsuit crotch shots at families and testing the pH levels of the water.
I love checking the pH of the pool by gargling the water and seeing how quickly it gives me a yeast infection. Okay, pH a little high here.
She also loved the special whistle that sounded like Ray Romano.
All right, guys, that's enough over there.
But the best part of the job was the freedom from family abuse. Just as she was enjoying her newfound freedom, Peter showed up saying that because Meg worked there, he got a season pass discount and would be there all day, every day. Meg was left speechless for 5 seconds in shock. Peter joked further, telling Meg not to worry because he wouldn't place his towel next to breastfeeding mothers.
Don't worry, I won't set up my towel next to the breastfeeding moms. Don't forget to swap halfway through so you keep them even.
Meg told Peter that he had no right to fool around at her workplace, and as a lifeguard, she could kick him out. This scared Peter, who then said that if Meg let him stay, he would make a viral video she would love, where something looks real but is actually cake.
Ow, Dad, stop it!
Wait, what happened to Cake, Chris?
All right, let's see what's happening on Cake Hub. What a dirty little cake.
Seeing Meg's lack of reaction, Peter offered to let her sing Stewie's Laugh and Cry line. Amused by this, Meg agreed to let him stay, but insisted he follow all the rules. Peter happily shared the news with his friends.
Meg, I saw a sign about active diarrhea. What if it's very passive?
You know Peter, he's not one to follow rules. He and his friends quickly broke the rules by playing horseplay. Meg immediately reminded them to stop, but they ignored her, making her so angry that she kicked them out of the park. This led to an accident when Peter, not listening to Meg, ran to the children's pool, jumped in, and passed out.
Gotta catch me first. Just try to get me out of the deep end with these long-legged, short-torso giants.
Oh no, Peter. Didn't he know the children's pool is only 30 centimeters to 1,200 centimeters deep? Meg rushed over, saw Peter wasn't breathing, and performed CPR, reviving him but feeling a bit awkward.
Your mouth was on my mouth.
Yeah.
My God, Peter, that's your daughter. Adopted daughter? Oh, Woody, just regular daughter. Oh, yeah, then ew, that's wrong, ew.
Feeling strange about Meg's lips touching his, Peter comforted himself by saying it never happened since no one saw them. But in reality, a large crowd had witnessed it and laughed loudly.
Because nobody even saw us.
Oh, they're all distracted. Other urban kids, this is our chance.
Back home, despite trying to hide the incident, the media reported it, and on TV, Tom revealed they were biological father and daughter. This made Lois sad because of the gossip on Facebook.
This is wrong. Bonnie Swanson. So not okay. Donna Brown. Russia USA #1 support. Woman's face with Getty Image watermark. Our family is a laughingstock.
Meg tried to explain to Lois that it was just part of a lifeguard's job, but Lois still felt it was weird and humiliating. Meg and Peter held a family meeting to discuss it, but they misunderstood each other, leading Peter to run upstairs in sadness, only to trip and pass out again. Meg told Lois to use her mouth to save Peter this time, but Lois said she couldn't.
You do it! You're his wife!
I need at least 4 beers to get there, Meg. Besides, you are the only one who knows how.
No way! I already did it once, and it made my life hell.
As they argued heatedly, Peter suddenly woke up, revealing that Stewie had performed CPR on him.
What's the big deal? You stick your tongue down Dad's throat, most natural thing in the world.
Peter was happy that Meg saved him at the pool and promised to treat her better in the future, but Meg didn't believe him because it felt too familiar. Peter had said it many times before but remained a terrible father. Peter had to use sign language to say, "I love you," to make Meg happy, and she hugged him joyfully. 2 good deeds in 1 episode. Meg is truly amazing, right folks? Let's always show some love for Meg.